I think we're good. I think we're good to go. Ow! Okay, so, story. uh, Today at gymnastics was like the first time back in the new year. And I was like, okay, you're just gonna be like, you're gonna go easy, you're gonna ease yourself back into it, everything. So I did, it was good. I did some handstands, I did some tumbling, blah, blah, blah. And I was about to leave, and then my coach was like, wanna try this last thing? And so then out. And so then I did, and I think I sprained my finger. So that's fun. So yeah, I have a buddy taped here. I should have just left and been like happy and satisfied with what I did, but now I had to be extra and try one last thing. And I was still fasted and I was tired, and I should have said no. So listen to your bodies, people. Learn from my mistakes. So what we're going to talk about today is, three ways that you can make money teaching what you know. And so I'm really, really passionate about this topic because it's just something that I've always done, and I've always thought of it like coming natural to me. So I want to share that with you. And if you guys can hear and see me okay, give me a thumbs up or a like or a heart or something, just so I know that my tech is working right, because I'm a little confused right now. Nothing's really moving or changing on either. So I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me. So give me a thumbs up or a heart or something. Yeah. Otherwise, I'm just going to go for it. And if this messes up, I get to do it again another day. So what I am going over right now, and I'm going to type it in the Instagram comment box, is the sheet where you can get what I'm going to be going. Okay, good, cool, thanks. So potential to impact dot, please don't change, .com/money. So if you want to do this worksheet afterwards, please do. You're more than welcome to. Thanks for hopping on. Okay, bye. Be sure to watch it later, so I hope that you can make money and I can help you that. All right, so now I'm going to pin that comment so you guys know basically where to go to get this, what we're going to be going over. So this is something that I've created because I've had this question, and this is stuff that I've done for myself. So I want to basically put it all into one little workbook and help you take the steps towards getting to where you want to be. Because oftentimes a lot of clients are like, I want to get in shape, but I don't know where to start. I want to start my own business, but I don't know where to start. And so those are things that I've done, and I understand how to do them. So I want to be able to teach you how to do it. So if you've already printed off this workbook, listen to this and go through it again. If not, go through it the first time and then print it off and do it again to solidify it into your brain. So the first thing that you need to do to make money teaching what you already know, you already have potential inside of you. You already have the talent. You already have the skill. You've already learned some things that you take for granted. And a lot of times it's just becoming aware of oh, I'm really good at that, or oh, I know how to do that. I didn't think about that. I didn't know that somebody else didn't know how to do that. So when you can kind of realize and become aware of all that you're good at, that's when you're going to be able to capitalize on it. You're going to be able to monetize it. You're going to be able to find ways to help other people. You're going to find ways to create things that make the world better. You're going to find a way to provide value and give back. And when you give back, life supports whatever supports life, right? So you're going to be rewarded for being bold and taking action and providing value to this world. So the first page in this workbook is think strategically. And I want you to fill out every single line on this page of things that you are good at, right? And so on the back side, I have a list of just an example list of what I have done of from small to big, things that I'm good at. And if you're able to do that, thank you. If you're able to do that, you're going to open up a lot of doors and a lot of kind of ideas when you're like, oh, wow, I could make money teaching this or doing this, blah, blah, blah. So that's the first step, right, is thinking strategically about what your skills are and how you could get paid. I'm watching both Facebook and Instagram, sorry. So get that list set first, right? So you've become aware, you're doing the work to not weed out anything. You're literally putting everything on a piece of paper. No one is going to see this, so hype yourself up. Then you think, okay, how can I get paid for my skills? So how could I think strategically and figure out a way to create profitable ideas, right? So there are ideas on the backside of here, depending on what you do. And there are 3 ways that you can make money here, which would be, the first off would be resourceful brokering, which means you learn something and you teach that something to somebody else. So you're using the knowledge of others and passing that on to someone else, right? You're connecting people with these ideas versus you having some revolutionary new concept, right? There are some people who resonate with you, and there are some people who resonate with other people. And if those people resonate with you and they don't really vibe with that other person that you learn well from, they're better off learning it from you. And you get to help change their lives in a way that the other person you think is doing better than you or has more experience than you could never, right? Because they don't resonate with that person's message. But if you're able to teach that same message to them in your own way, that's when you have something lucrative, right? So that's the first way, is like brokering that resourcefulness and that knowledge. The second way is teaching like what you learn and invest in yourself. So let's say like you're a personal trainer, right? And you're learning some things, but you change your own technique and you're like, okay, well, I learned this, but to make it even better, and you teach kind of like your new method, things like that. Or, even here we've got some ideas like creating a course, teaching for free on social media. So some people like on social media, influencers that you see who have their own kind of style and technique and method of doing stuff, that is a way to teach that. The third way is by using your own talents to save people time, money, or frustration. If you can give back, essentially give back someone a resource, they're going to be willing to invest in that. If you can save somebody hours, years of not going through things that you went through, or not making the same mistakes you did, and getting frustrated with that, or getting behind, or having more energy, all those things, saving them time, money, or frustration, is going to help you and is going to help them. So you can create the dream life for yourself if you're able to help them, right? So those kinds of things would be like, sewing, creating. We've got content shoots. If you're a photographer, like doing content shoots for influencers who always need new content. If you're good at editing, selling photo presets. If you love to garden, selling produce from your garden. Like, there's always a way to use your talents in a way that gets you to, one, follow your passion, do what you love, and be profitable from it, not just have it be a hobby, right? There are ways you can scale it and make it something awesome that could be your full-time. Basically like what I'm doing. This teaching gymnastics and teaching personal development is like my jam, and I'm able to do that full-time. I have to stop doing that because that hurts my finger. So those are the three ways. So resourceful brokering, teaching what you learn and invest in a new way, or using your talents to save people time, money, or frustration, right? After you've come up with like a profitable idea that you're like, okay, maybe I could do that. Maybe I could teach workshops. I could teach virtually. I could, partner with somebody. I could embellish handbags or things like that. Then we got to break down the math, right? And that's what we do on this next page here is we figure out whatever direction we're going to go, right? And then we fill out the blanks here. We think about, okay, well, if I wanted to make this, we have to reverse engineer it. So on the back side of that, of the examples, you think of all the expenses, right? What are all the things that you have to like upfront invest in, or things that it would cost to actually do what you want to do, that idea. Then you come up with like a pricing structure, and that pricing structure can be made before or it can be made after you reverse engineer it. So what I mean by reverse engineering is your way of solving someone's problem is, how do I say it, is not for sure going to solve their problem. Does that make sense? So you have to figure out what someone's problem is first before you can really figure out how you can solve it. So I'm going to be talking about this in the free 90-minute training that I'm going to be doing next week. So I'll change out the link at the bottom at the end of this live so that you know where to go to register for that, because that's going to be fun. That's going to be live. That's going to be 90 minutes of like straight up trying to blow your mind and help you basically do what you love. Like, get rid of the 9 to 5, get rid of the frustration, get rid of the feeling like, is this it? I'm bored, blah, blah, blah. What is life? I want to be doing more. I want to be better, all that. That's what I'm trying to get you, like, in the track of, in that path, right? So we're reverse engineering these concepts. So you think about, okay, so how much revenue do I want to generate, right? Then you figure out like whatever price point you want to put it at, and it can be a draft. It doesn't have to be perfect the first time. And then you divide the revenue by the price point, and you figure out how many sales you need, or how many clients you need, or how many bags you need to embellish, or how many shoes you need to draw on, how many courses you need to, like all those things. You're basically figuring out the number that you need. If that seems overwhelmed, adjust the price. Or overwhelming, then adjust the price. If the price seems too low, increase it so it comes out. Like just work with it, right? Because if you expect the first thing that you do, like for doing what you love, to be the only time you can ever do it, that's gonna be a lot of pressure. You're gonna feel like it has to be perfect, and then you're never gonna end up getting it out. And you're gonna have this thing that you want to do, but it's gonna be sitting there because you're too afraid to put it out. Think of it as a rough draft, a version 1. Remember how, when you have, like in school, you had to turn in rough drafts, and you would edit it and then have a final draft? Think of that, or anything you do in life, as that. Done is better than perfect. And I've fallen into that trap before, but I'm so far out of it now that done is better than perfect. If you think of everything kind of like a version 1, you can always go back and change things and tweak things and grow and expand, and that's how business works. So once you have that, you subtract the expenses from the revenue and you figure out your profit, all right? From that reverse engineering, then you figure out what actions you need to take. And this literally is the most important page. It's the last page, and some people might not get to it. But when you figure out the steps you need to take, you're like, okay, so I'm going to do this. This is how the pricing structure is going to be. This is how it's going to work. I'm going to do it. I'm going to commit to doing it. What's the first step you need to take? Once you identify the first step you need to take, you're like, there it is. Now I execute. If you do it, you're going to get that done. You're going to be a step closer to where you want to be. If you don't do it, that's what the majority of the world does. And that's why a lot of people can't handle or do not succeed at doing what they love in life, because they don't execute. Or they execute and they give up. They don't keep trying. Because how many times do you try until you get what you want? Like, you just keep trying until you get what you want. You pivot. Try this, doesn't work. Pivot. Try this, doesn't work. You keep trying different techniques until it happens. But if you give up, you're like, yeah, I tried it once or twice, of course you're not going to succeed. You have to keep trying. I don't know how many times I've had things in the past like be a flop, but now my business Train Like a Gymnast has grown 150% from 2018 to 2019. And it's continuing to grow. And I'm super excited for this year. So I am the perfect person to teach you this and let you know that you're not alone. So those are the 3 things, the 3 ways. Remember, the resourceful brokering, teaching what you learn, investing in it, making it your own, and then using your talents to save people time, money, and frustration. If you can follow those and do what you love at the same time and reverse engineer using this packet, which you can find at potentialimpact.com/money, you're on the right path. And I want to hear what happens. I want to hear how this goes in your life. I want to hear how mind blown you are, how much hope and potential you have, and like ideas. So now, from here, I'm not, answering questions or anything, and it's crammed in 15 minutes. But if you want to attend my free 90-minute training that basically is teaching you how to do what you love and have, sorry, my battery is almost dying, how to do what you love and have financial stability, that's what I'm going over in this free 90-minute training next week. And that, if you want to register for that, you go to potentialtoimpact.com/webinar. And that's how you can register there. There is limited space, not because I'm cheap, but because the package that I'm on for the webinar service, it only allows a certain number of people. So if you register too late or you register and don't show up in time, you might not be able, I don't know why it's not posting. My battery's dying, my internet's low. I don't know. But it's potentialimpact.com/webinar. And if you register, save your spot, show up early, set a timer for yourself so you don't forget, you'll get emails too. You're going to be able to get in and get some value from this. And at the end, I'll be able to invite you into something special. But as far as this goes, register for the free webinar, and it's live. Like, it's just like this. So you can actually interact, and we're going to have time at the end for a Q&A. I cannot wait to see you there. I hope you register, and let me know if you have any questions in DMs. But go to potentialimpact.com/webinar because I can't pin this comment for some reason. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.